From what I can see, all of these pictures are about flowering plants. All these plants have flowers on them, and for some reason the artist had to pull them up and take pictures, or excuse me, draw pictures of the roots. And they were very explicit on this and the colors. Now, if these writings are about the picture of the plant, then we notice there is a lot of green and blues in the plant. So maybe some of these writings will denote with green or blues. As you can see, there's a hard 2 right here. If you look below it, you'll see a 2 with a hard tail on it. If you look below that, there's a 2 with a hard tail. Same over here. There is the 2 like deal, but it's more like an S. And over here we have the same thing. Now, if we can extrapolate a pattern between green and blue or plant, then this may act kind of like the Rosetta Stone when the French guy was able to decipher the word Cleopatra, and then all the decipherment of the Egyptian hieroglyphs came from there. For some reason, now the one thing about these plants is that they show roots, they show brown roots, they show flowers, and they show greenery. Now that could, if it's not from this world, mean that there are plants on other planets or elsewhere that use chlorophyll and the sun to grow, and they also have flowers. Now, what pollinates them? What would pollinate them? And you can notice up here, this is one symbol, and you can see the hard edge on it right here. Well, actually, it's not really hard, it's been filled in. Now, if you notice, there is a triangle right here, and then a filled in P area. And that's one symbol. And the other symbol is this one here. It's like an encompassing symbol. And then we have this one, and this one comes in a few different forms. Well, once we can get a pattern down, then maybe we can decipher this. We don't know if the plants all came from the same place. I'm not a botanist or an ancient botanist, but I've never seen anything like them. Maybe they do have something like this in our world, but I've never seen anything like it. What I do know is that the guy drew, or I'll just say him, drew the outline of the plants very, very well with no mistakes. But then his coloring to fill in wasn't that good. But for this to be 500 years old, as some people claim it to be, the ink or whatever was used, it looks like a paintbrush was used on the blue and a marking pen was used on the green. And you can see the color of the brown here is different from this one. And roots would denote that, especially brown roots, that these plants are from, they were put in earth somewhere. I mean, earth, you would think, but I've never seen roots like that. You know, maybe they're medicinal, but the plants are highly detailed. And remember, this book supposedly is only 6 by 9 inches. I mean, we can tell that Andre the Giant didn't write this stuff. Now we have another variation of the pattern. It has a first symbol, and it crosses the whole first segment of symbols, and it has little dots on it. And see, we have the same thing over here on the very start, but it doesn't go all the way across the page. We have to figure that the writer or the artist was very, very good at what they were doing. There's no crossouts, no mistakes. And you know, another thing too is, for 500 years old, there's no fingerprints all over this. Now, 500 years ago, people weren't really into bathing or washing their hands or any of that. Now this is an interesting one. This has blue and red, no green. But it would appear that this whole book is about either flowering plants, naked women, and stars. And of course, we don't know the scale. We don't know how big these plants are. I mean, who knows? You know, they could be very large. This could be a medical manual. What we have to figure out is what this transcript is of, what it's about. I mean, that would be a theory. There was a movie in the 1950s and sci-fi theater, and it was called To Serve Man. And it was really great because Lurch was in it. And these space aliens come down, they give the humans this book. And it says to serve man, and they want to take all the people to another planet and give them all these things so that they can grow strong. And all these people are getting on a spaceship, and they're going to go to the other planet. And all of a sudden, one lady, cryptographer, runs up and says, "Wait, stop, don't go." Yes, the title is To Serve Man, but it's a cookbook. So it would really help to know what this is about. And I'm going to keep working on it. I don't know. I've solved the Incan mystery. I know I've solved that. But this one, I'll just keep going till the patterns and there is a couple of animals in here, but there's not really, just plants. And you can see the color of the roots. It's dark brown here, red brown, and light brown over here. And these are kind of like golden leaves. And you can see all the hard 8s up here. And of course we look at that and we think, well, no, their ink pen slipped. Well, the ink pen didn't slip. They're all the writing was deliberate. So this is a great mystery.